All right, people. It is Wednesday morning. This is the opening day of our Management 6301 class. My name is Dr. John Sargent. I'll be the instructor for our short 7-week semester. It's a pleasure to have you in my class. I look forward very much to working with you, learning what you're up to, and where you are in your academic journey. So, welcome. A couple things here. This video, and I'll have a video pretty much for the start of each week talking about what we're doing within the particular class. So hopefully everything's going well for you. Let me just do a couple of things here. First, I've got this in the on the page, but mention anyway. People who take this class are generally students who are in the first or second semester of the MBA program and do not have a bachelor's degree in business. So if you had a bachelor's, you would have already taken a class like this and typically not have to take this as part of our program. So this is an overview of the management field. It's designed to get you up to speed on what management's all about. And to be honest, it's not meant to be a particularly difficult course. If you read the text, if you do a great job in posting to the discussion boards, if you apply yourself, this should be not be a particularly hard class within your program. You'll have a lot harder. So let's talk a little bit about the structure. Of course, you've got a text that you should buy and read. And at the end of that text, there is a number of exercises. Typically, I've got you doing 1, 2, 3 of those exercises for each chapter. Excuse me. With doing those, you're going to be posting to the discussion board. I'll unplug, excuse for the disruption. You're going to be going through those exercises and then posting to the discussion board. All right, so a word about discussion boards. One of the primary ways that I'm going to evaluate you in this class is your performance on the discussion boards. Of course, this is an online class, but it's really essential to learn from your colleagues, and the primary way we're going to do that is on the discussion boards. So the way this works is for each module, and we're doing 2 modules per week, you have to put at least 5 posts to the discussion board. Now, at the end of the syllabus, there's actually a rubric which shows how myself and the assistant for this class are going to be evaluating your performance on the discussion board. What you should be planning for within each of those exercises, you should have a primary post which says substantive things such as, I've gone through this exercise, I learned a whole bunch of stuff from it. Let's talk about what I've learned, my experience in regard to that particular topic, etc. It's meant to be a very substantive post, your initial post. After that, everybody else is going to be posting, of course. You need to read and learn from your colleagues based on their doing their exercises and their own impressions. And then you need to participate in a conversation with your colleagues about what you're learning about within management. So those posts after the initial post also need to be substantive posts. You just don't put, hey, cool, that's nice, etc. You need to post something really significant that clearly shows that you understand the material, that you are contributing additional information, additional insight with your follow-up posts. So the discussion boards are critical to this class. If you have questions about those after you've gone through the first exercise, let me know. All right. So we are going to have a couple exams in this class. It's a short, of course, 7-week format. Roughly halfway through, you'll get an exam. And at the end, of course, the other major assignment for this class is you'll be doing a couple of reaction papers. So the reaction paper, the idea here is that you're come across something within the management text, you have a reaction to it, and that this is an opportunity for you to write something about that, perhaps do some additional research into that particular topic. It might be leadership, motivation, might be working in groups, etc. and then do a reaction paper regarding that. So there's all kinds of instructions within the syllabus in regard to this particular assignment, and there's also a rubric about how we're going to measure your performance and give you a grade at the end of the syllabus. All right, so a couple of things about the format. We have basically 2 modules per week. For that first module, you need to complete everything by Sunday night. For that second module during the week, you now need to complete everything by Tuesday night with a midnight deadline on each of those days. One other thing about the discussion boards, if, for example, on Module 1, which is due on Sunday with completing everything, if you wait till the end and you just post your primary post, your brilliant post, at Sunday at, say, 10:30 at night, chances are all your other colleagues have actually already posted and actually done their follow-up posts. And so your contribution is not nearly as big as a contribution as it should be, because probably nobody's actually going to read it. So it's very important that you actually do your primary post, your initial post, in regard to the exercises in a timely fashion. So a Sunday deadline, I think certainly you should plan to be posting something on Saturday at the latest. And then, of course, you can read over what everybody else has posted and react to that. So another thing with the discussion boards and the posting. All right, so what else? Okay, also at the end of the introduction here, I've asked you to post an introduction about yourself and go into some detail there. It certainly helps myself. I'm sure it'll help your other students to actually know something about you. So please take that seriously and spend a little time introducing yourself to the rest of the class. You've got some material on me within there's an introduction and instructor information page within the course, but I would introduce myself also a little bit more. You've got my name, of course. I have done some interesting things in my career. I was born and raised in Brigham City, Utah, a little town in northern Utah. I got my bachelor's and master's at Utah State University. I worked after my bachelor's for a small oil and gas distributor in Salt Lake City. After my master's, I worked actually in the accounting office as a contract and grants accountant at Utah State University. I did get my undergraduate degree in accounting. All the way back in 1989, I moved to Seattle, Washington, and started my PhD program in organizational behavior. I graduated from there in '94 with organizational behavior and international business and human resource management minors. My first job out was at Florida International University in Miami, Florida. Had a great time there from '94 to '97. I actually met the person who is currently my spouse, my wife, as a fellow doctoral student at the University of Washington. I graduated first, got the job in Miami. She graduated a year or two later, and we ended up both getting jobs down here at the University of Texas Pan American. I'm here on the border because I'm a border scholar. I do research about what's going on the border and Latin America. So I've done a lot of research in maquiladoras. Maquiladoras are, of course, are typically large multinational firms operating in Mexico, accessing low-cost labor, and typically exporting all their stuff or most of their stuff back to the United States or other developed country markets. So I had the chance to basically wander through a couple hundred maquilas, talk to 300 plant managers, something like that, over the years. Learned a lot about how multinational firms work. I'm still very much a fanatic about that. Also at the university here, I serve as coordinator of the entrepreneurship cluster. We run a bunch of programs, business plan contests, idea contests, speaker series, etc. Currently doing research on high impact entrepreneurs in Latin America, particularly Mexico. So, hablo español. I'm also a big fan of what's going on in Brazil, falo português, and really enjoy what I'm doing here at the university and having a great opportunity being here on the border to really study Latin America and the border economy. All right, that's it for me. Look forward to having a great class. Good luck. If you have questions, of course, send me an email. That's it.